So this is what we're going to talk today, and interest will not be discussed today. It's for another session. So these stuff we are going to see in detail the theory, and then we'll move on to questions. And after discussing percentages, we have another topic which is the share market. Share market is simple stuff like in your commerce syllabus, you have something more in share market, like in depth, but in maths, we just have to need to know the calculations, right? So let's start next. Let's start with the theory. So I will start with the basics of percentages. Actually, we can represent percentages mathematically. Like, for example, if it's 3%, how can we write it mathematically? Give me an answer. How to write 3% mathematically? Exactly. That's 3 out of how much? 3 out of 100. Right? So if I tell you X%, what is it? This is the symbol, percentage symbol. So we can write yes, correct. X over 100. Is that clear? The basic of percentages. The very basic, yes, the fundamental stuff. Right? This is what a percentage is in mathematical format, right? Okay. So let's see what discounts and commission means. Like you basically know what discount means, right? You have come across discounts in your daily life. For example, I buy a book worth 500 rupees. The book is 500 rupees of worth, and they give me a 6% discount, right? The discount is 6% of the original price. So if you know how to calculate the discount, just calculate and let me know the discounted price, like the value of the discount. If you don't know, that's okay, we'll discuss how to do that. Yes, exactly. The discount is 30 rupees. Yeah, I mean the value of the discount. See, the discount is 6%, 6% of the original price. So 6% we can write as 6 over 100, and then of means multiplication into 500. So zeros cancel. 6 times 5 is 30. This is the value of the discount. So what will be the final price of the book? Yes, exactly. The final price of the book will be 500 rupees minus the discount 30. So the final price will be 470 rupees. Is this clear? The basics of percentages, the basics of discounts. Like I'm gonna go slowly. Like I'm gonna make clear everything from the basic, right? Okay, good. There's another way to find the same final price without finding the discount. I'll explain it. If you didn't understand, that's okay. You can follow this step. If you understood, that's good. See, the book is the original price is always 100% of the book, right? So if I take 500 rupees, that's 100% of the book, and I'm reducing 6%. So now the book is of 94% the original price. Is this clear? If the book's price was 100%, I reduced 6%. 6% was the discount. So this is the now percentage. Like anything, a book, take a book, land, anything, the original price is always 100%. So the discount was 6%. So 100 minus 6 is 94. Now the book is 94% of its original price. Right? So the final price of the book will be 94% of the original price, which is 500. So you will get the exact, like, you get the correct price, the final value of the book as 470 by doing this calculation. If you didn't understand this method, that's perfectly all right, because you know the basic method how to solve it. Is this clear? Like we didn't calculate the discount here. We like straight away calculate the final price. Clear, right? Okay. So the way of calculating commissions, like if you didn't understand the second way, just forget it. Okay, like you can calculate in the first way. Right? So for example, I'll take commission. So there is one person A, right? He helps B, like B has a land. See, B has a plot of land. This is his land. It is worth 100,000 rupees. Right? Yeah, I'll explain again. I'll explain the same thing for commission. This is commission. Right? See, this is the price of the land. Okay. So there's a person C. So B has to sell the land. C has to buy some land. So C is contacting A and C says, like, try to understand. The land is 100,000. C says, if this guy helps to buy this land, C will give 5% of the land as commission. Like, is the story understood? Here's the land. Like, let's forget B. Here's the land. A tells, like, C tells to A, if he helps buying the land, C will give 5% of commission. Is this clear? The story. Yes, like I'll make it. See, you have to buy a land. This is you. Yeah? You have to buy a land. But lands are not easily found. So you take the help of a broker. This is the broker. So you must give a commission to the broker, right? This is real life scenarios. Is that clear? Like you must give some commission to the broker to help buy the land. That's how it happens, right? Yeah, the 5% is the commission. So the commission will be 5% of the original land price. The 5% of 100,000. What will the commission? 5 over 100 into 100,000. So let's see the commission. So how much does the broker receive? 5,000. Is it clear? The commission, how I calculate it? It's 5% of the land price. That's clear, right? So see, the commission is 5,000. So how much will you pay in total? Like you will pay the price of the land plus the commission, right? You will pay the land's price plus the commission. So how much is it? Yes, 105,000. So final value, final amount paid, final paid amount is 100,000 plus 5,000. That is 105,000. Is this clear? No, we are not reducing. We are adding because we are paying more. Simple stuff, ne? Why are we adding? Like, I need to get something done, so I must pay more. Like, I must pay a commission. So I'm paying 100,000 and also 5,000. This is not like discounts. In discounts, the benefit is for me, right? Wait. So for the percentage sum, you will get 10 marks from the exam, right? The percentage sum will comprise of taxes and sometimes discounts. So let's do this and move on to question. So this is the first method. If you understood the first method, that's pretty enough, right? I'll try explain the second method. See if you get it. The land price was, I said, like the original price is always 100%. Yeah, free marks. Yeah, commission means we need to give to someone. Discounts means we are getting some cash back, like something like cash back, right? That's beneficial for us. See, the second method, 100% of the land. That's the original price. But we are actually paying 5% more. Why is that? We are paying commission of 5%. 100% was the original percentage. We are paying 5% more as commission. So actually, we are paying 105% min. Is that clear? As in percentages, in terms of percentages, we are paying 105%. Now let's see how much should we pay in total, like final amount, 105% of the land. So this will be 105 over 100 into 100,000. So two zeros cancel off and 105,000. The same answer, right? Is the second method clear too? Now, so you can do this or else this. When doing this, you need to find the commission and add the commission. Yeah, sorry, this must be 105,000. My bad. Okay. Thank you. So in this method, you have to find the commission and then add. But in this method, you don't have to find the commission because you added it as a percentage. So you will get the final amount directly. Are these two clear? Both the methods? I hope so. Yes, good. So we can move on to taxes. Let's move on to taxes. So you the plus in this question is you don't have to remember any formula, right? No formulas, just simple math. Right? Taxes are of four types. I'll just give a basic introduction. Rates are specially paid for buildings and stuff. Like if you own a building, you must pay rates for the municipal council. Like your parents will pay, I guess. Like the parents are paying, you might have seen rates. Tax, yeah, tax. These all are taxes. We just generally call them tax. Right? These are the types. Good. So rates, like that's what rates are. And VAT means value added tax. This is everywhere. Like even if you buy a data card or something, there's VAT. Right? If you make a phone call, there's VAT. So this is for goods and services, basically. Right? Yeah, that's VAT. No, that's not like profit. Like it's basically loss for us. It's for the government. They charge from us for using goods and services. That's right. Okay. And then customs duty. Customs duty is that's also a type of tax. This is like, do you know customs duty? Yeah, when importing something, like you buy an iPhone from somewhere else, from Dubai or somewhere. So in the customs, like airport customs and stuff, grade 9 commerce lesson, good. So they charge a tax called customs duty for importing and exporting. Is it clear? So these are not asked like theory, right? So I'm just telling what are these. Yeah, I guess so. And then income tax. Income tax is basically for the income. Like if you earn more than 500,000, you must pay something likewise. Is that clear? Like income tax will be discussed further. We'll discuss this. Are these three clear? Yes. So let's move on. Rates. I'll give an example. So for example, someone owns a house. Like I take you for example, you own a house. The house's worth is like this. For example, right? This is the house's worth. So the municipal council charges. See, the municipal council charges 12% of this value as rates, as annual rates. 12% annually. Hurry, just calculate and tell me how much you would have to pay per year. Annually means per year, right? Annually can be out of the per year. So how much would you pay as rates? 12% of the value. How much is it? Yes, it's how much? See, 12%, 12% of this value. In every percentage question, this is the only expression you get. 12% of 500,000. You can calculate, cancel the zeros. 12 times 5 is 60. So that will be 60,000 per year. Is it clear? Is this clear? It's 60,000. Yeah, good, good. So that's annually. Do you know the meaning of a quarter? What's a quarter in fractions? Let me know in fractions. Yeah, exactly. Divided by 4, right? Quarter means 1 out of 4, right? So, for example, in maths, if they refer to a quarter, like there are some terms. Annum. Annum or annually means per year, right? If they ask for a quarter, you will just have to divide it by 4. A quarter means dividing it by 4. Whereas 3 months, like there are 12 months in a year. So what is 12 divided by 4? 3 months, right? So simply a quarter means 3 months, but you don't have to remember this. You will just have to remember divide whatever value you get by 4. So the annual rate is 60,000. Let me know the quarterly rates. This is the annual rate for your house. Let me know the quarterly rates. What is the quarterly rates? What's the quarterly rate? Exactly, 60,000 divided by 4. So the quarterly rates is 60,000 divided by 4, which is 15,000. Is that clear? Good. Okay. Seems like it's clear for everyone. Okay. Now, yeah, like as we have like limited time, right? That's now it's 8:25 already. So try answering as quick as possible. Okay. Right. Now that's it for rates. And see, customs duty and VAT, the same thing. Like they are also calculated in the same way. I'll give you an example. Let me know the answer. Correct? I buy a phone of 100,000 rupees. Like the phone is worth 100,000 rupees. The phone is worth 100,000, and they charge 25% as VAT. No, as duty. 25% as duty when importing the phone. I need the final price of the phone. What should it be? This is VAT. No, this duty. Sorry. What would be the final price of the phone? How much should I pay to get the phone? Exactly. So pretty simple. See, the phone is 100,000. I've been receiving answers. The phone is 100,000. So the duty is 25% of 100,000, which is 25,000. This is the duty, but I need the final price. So I'll have to add the phone's price plus the duty. So the final price will be 125,000. Is this clear? Why adding? Like I have to give the government, right? So I have to pay 100,000 and also a 25,000 as duty. That's why we are adding. We only deduct discounts, commissions, rates, VAT, and duty. Everything we add, right? Okay, good. So good. So that's it for VAT and duty. The same example can be applied to VAT, right? For example, I buy a TV of 100,000 from Sri Lanka, and they charge me a VAT of 25%. So the final price of the TV will be 125,000. Is that understood? Good. Okay. So let's move on to income tax. Like in your math syllabus and in your O-level papers, there's a table like this. First 500,000 I hope you guys can see, right? It's visible. Eh? Next 500,000. Next 500,000. Tax free 4%, 8%. I'll explain this. See, for example, you own a business or you are an employee of a business. Yeah, I'll explain. Yeah, Hari, you own a business or else you are an employee. Somehow you generate an income, like you earn money, right? So for the first 500,000 you earn, like for example, suppose that you earn 400,000, so you don't have to pay tax. You earn less than 500,000. If you earn less than 500,000 or just 500,000, you don't have to pay tax. Is that clear? If you earn more than 500,000, for example, if you earn 600,000, if you earn 600,000, for the first 500,000, you don't have to pay tax. But for the remaining 100,000, you must pay 4% of tax. Is that clear? Yeah. So if you earn 600,000, like break your earning into parts of 500,000. Like you earn 600,000. So first 500 is tax free. The next one is 4%. So let's see how much tax. 100,000 into 4% will be 4,000. So you will have to pay 4,000 as tax. Is that clear? Yeah. Suppose you earn this amount. Suppose you earn 1,200,000 rupees. I'll give you 1 minute. Calculate the income tax you would have to pay. Calculate it. Okay, the time is up. I have received answers. If you are trying, keep trying. Like at the same time, just look at the book. See, I told you when you are calculating income tax, you will just have to separate your income in terms of 500,000. Like 1,200,000 means first 500,000. There's another 500,000, which makes it 1 million, right? 500,000 plus 500,000 is 1 million. So there's extra 200,000. Is this clear? How I divided the income? I just divided, right? Now, for the first 500,000, we know tax is exempted, like no tax, tax free. For the next 500,000, he'll have to pay how much? 4%. So let's calculate it. Like leave it, let's calculate. And for the next 200,000, he must pay 8%. Don't get confused between discount and tax. Right? Taxes are meant to be added. So I hope this is clear. The separation, like if you get like just see 12, 12 means 5 plus 5, 10 and 2, right? You have to divide it in 5s. So 5 plus 5, then 2's remain. Right? By 8. That's according to the table. Like this is a fixed table, right? For the next 500,000, that's 8%. and for the next it's 12%, likewise. Right? Okay, then let's calculate for the first 500,000. It will be 500,000 into 4%, which gives us 20,000. Here it's 20,000. Right? I hope this is clear. Let me know real quick. Is this clear? Yes, good. And then for the next, the remaining 200,000, that's 8%. 200,000, that's 8%. So that gives us 8 times 2 is 16, 16,000. So the final tax value is 20,000 plus 16,000, which is 36,000. Is this clear? Like, you can also watch the recording, but I'm receiving answers that it's clear, right? Okay, good. So the very final thing in percentages, like there's another type of questioning in income tax. For example, they give sums like this. For example, they say a person pays 8,000 as income tax. A person pays, not his earning, right? They give you the answer, like they give you the income tax. The person pays 8,000 as income tax, and they ask you what is his income. Right? I'll do this. See how to do it. Right? It's pretty easy. Like they have given you the income tax. He pays some income tax. So let me know if that's clear. He earns definitely more than 500,000. He definitely earns more than 500,000, because if he earned less than that, he wouldn't have to pay tax. Is that clear? They don't give percentages like this is the percentage table always. Yeah. So if he pays some tax, he definitely has to earn more than 500,000. So he already earns 500,000. Right? So let's see, if he earns another 500,000, how much he has to pay? Let's check. Right? We don't know his income yet. We don't know his income. Right? Let's see. He definitely earns 500,000. That's clear. I'll see. Like I'll assume that he earns another 500,000, and I'll calculate the tax. Right? Let me know how much is it. How much would be the tax if he earns another 500,000? Yeah, the tax would be 20,000. Like just multiply and see, he would have to pay 20,000. So he pays less than 20. Right? If he earns another 500, he'd have to pay 20,000 as tax, but he pays less. So he earns less than 500. We'll have to find that value. Is it clear up to here, this point? He definitely earns 500,000. That's from here. And he definitely earns less than another 500,000. Like, just try understanding this. Right? Yeah, I've been receiving final answers. Great, let's see. So he only has to pay 800,000. Now we don't know his income here. Like we know he earns 500,000, and we don't know how much extra he earns. So if there's some unknown in mathematics, we'll just make them like we'll just let them be an unknown value x. So I don't know his income. Like in the previous questions, I knew his income. So I multiplied it by the percentage, and I got the income tax. That's this. That is amount. So simply by solving, I can get the value of x. Like the x is the extra income, so I can get that. Like cross multiply this 8,000 into 100 divided by 4. So the final answer will be 200,000. This is his extra income here. Right? Yeah, it's simple. See, he already earns 500, and we also found his extra income here. So his total income is 500,000 plus 200,000, which is 700,000. I have received lots of answers. Like almost all of them was 700,000. Good to see you guys working. Like it's I know it's simple, but like it still requires some knowledge, right? It's good. So are we clear up to taxes? Like that's the end of percentages. If you are still unclear, just refer the recording because we have very limited time, right? Shall we move on to the questions? And then I'll do share market. Shall we move on? Good. So let's see the second question. Like in the tube, the second page would be 2019. It's not 2019 fractions. It's 2019 percentages. Just correct it. 2019 percentages. So I'm not gonna help you guys here. Just do them. Like just do the first question and let me know. I'll give you a minute. A minute is more than enough for the first for the Roman number one, right? Let me know the answer. If you didn't understand the last part, that's okay. You still have the recording, right? You can just rewind it or do something and try understanding. Even if you didn't, just drop me a text or something. I'll try to explain. Yeah. So I have received answers for both the Roman number 1 and 2. You guys keep trying. The third one, like wait, correct? The first and second, just do it. Not 2020, it's 2019. 2020 we'll do next because there has something like regarding share market, it has something. Yeah, I'm receiving answers. So the question is pretty simple, right? Kumar runs a business. So again, this is 2019. I guess that's 1 minute. So Kumar runs a business and they say the annual assessed value, like the value of his business is this. Like in the first example, we took the value of a house to be 500,000. Likewise, the value of his business is 40,000. Right? Yeah. So, and they say the urban council, which means the municipal council, charges 22% as annual rates. Simple, you just have to multiply this. What's the annual rent? 22% of 40,000, which is 4 times 22 is 88 and double zeros, which means 8,800 rupees. Is the first one clear? Yes, the first one is clear. And the second one, they're asking, find the quarterly value. I told you what to do. Like if they give the annual value and they ask the quarterly value, what should we do? We'll simply divide it by 4. Yes. So here's the annual value. We'll just have to divide it by 4. And the answer will be 2200 rupees. So keep the answers in rupees. Are these two clear? Yeah, see, like if you knew the theory, you wouldn't need me. The questions are pretty simple, but you will have to be well versed with the theory. Like you will have to know the theory to a certain extent, right? Like no hard question, just multiplication and stuff. Yeah, I received an answer for the B part, and that's correct. I received 2 answers. Great. Both of them are correct. Try the B part real quick. We just have 20 minutes left. Let's try to do share market after doing the B part. Yeah, the B part is again Kumar pays 12,000. So in our former example, he paid 8,000, right? Now this guy pays 12,000 as tax, income tax. So the same thing, the same table, right? 500,000, first 500,000 free, and the next 500,000 would be 4%, and the next would be 8%. See, so he definitely earns more than 500,000. We know Kumar definitely earns more than 500,000. So we can note this. He, like in the previous example we calculated, if he earns another 500,000, like if you remember the previous example I did, if he earns another 500,000, he'll have to pay 20,000 as taxes. But he just pays 12,000. Okay? So we know he definitely earns less than this in extra. So let's see how much he earns in extra. I don't know that value, so I'll label it as X. So that amount into 4% would be the tax. By simplifying this, by cross multiplying this, we'll get X as 12,000 into 100 divided by 4, which means it's 300,000. So he earns 500,000 and he also earns a 300,000 in extra. So what's his income? 800,000. Like, can you believe that they give 10 marks for doing these 3 questions? And some guys still say that the oral paper is difficult. Right? You can simplify this in your own method. But do you understand how easy are these questions? Right? So just don't be afraid of the O-level maths paper. It's like pretty easy to crack. You will just have to know the right stuff. You don't have to know everything. You just have to know the right stuff. Right. So shall we quickly jump into share market? Shall we? Thank you. Let's jump into share market. The share market is like no big deal according to O levels, right? Share market is actually a big deal, but according to O levels, that's pretty simple. I'll explain what is it. Shares. So, great, good. So a share is like the capital of a company. Now I'm not going to do commas here. I'll just explain it. A company will issue shares. For example, if a company the capital worth is 100,000, they'll divide it into 1,000 shares. For example, right? They'll issue 1,000 shares. So one share would be 100 rupees. Like if I own a company, I'll issue shares to the public saying that one share is 100 rupees. So the public would buy. Right? Is the concept clear? For example, if I am public and Dialog issues shares for 25 rupees, like one share is 25 rupees, I'll just buy around 1,000 shares. So it would be 25,000, right? Is that clear? I invest 25,000 into Dialog and buy them, like buy 25,000 shares. Sorry, buy 1,000 shares, right? One share is 25 rupees. Simple math. One share is 25 rupees. So if I invest 25,000, I'll get 25,000 divided by 25. I'll get 1,000 shares. This is simple. No theory for these. Like you, for example, an apple is 100 rupees. You take 2,000 rupees to the shop and buy all apples. Like buy apples from this 20,000, 2,000. So you will get 20 apples. The same thing. So don't consider this as a big deal just by looking at the word shares. Right? Simple math. Exactly. Right? Now, what's the catch? What do I get? So I have 10,000 shares, right? So the company says we'll issue something called dividends. Dividends. Dividends are given every year. So dividends are given yearly, annually. Right? For example, they'll give a very small amount, right? 7 rupees per share. If they give you 7 rupees per share for 1 year, if you keep these shares for 1 year, how much would we receive? You have 1,000 shares. you get 7,000 per share. How much would you receive? 7,000. Yeah, it's like for the example, according to the example, it's kind of cheap. I don't know how it actually works. Like, I'm not that much into commerce, right? Alright. So, there's 1,000 shares and 7 rupees per share. So, my dividend income is 7,000 rupees per year. I get 7,000 rupees per year. Is it clear? Is this clear? Yeah. So that is all you would need to do a share market question. Yeah, I guess it's grade 11. Yes. Share market is grade 11. It's grade 11, right? Somebody just correct me if it's not grade 11. Share market is grade 11, right? I just forgot. Yeah, it's grade 11. Good. So, yeah, they will provide dividends each year. That depends on the company. Correct? Some companies give 2 rupees. Some companies don't give dividends, like they inform it early. Right? So that depends. But according to your syllabus, you will just have to know if a company actually issues dividends per year. Right. So let's move on to the share market. Like this is all you need. Right? Let's go to the share market question. It's 2020 O levels. The first part is percentages and the second part is share market. Right. Let's attempt the first part. Try the first part. I'll give you another minute. Like I'll take about 5 minutes more. Correct? We'll just end it at about 9:05 because we have to do this question. Try the first one. Yeah, I have received all 3 answers from one. Okay, good. Yeah, the answer for the first one would be 1,800. Yes. See, a certain urban council charges 12% for the annual assessed value of houses. Like the previous year, it was about a business. Now the same thing for a house. So the house owned by Kamal is 15,000 of value. So they ask, what's the annual assessed rate? Like what's the rate? Right? What's the tax? Simply 12% of 15,000. So the zeros get cancelled. 12 times 15 is 180, right? Yes. So this is the answer. This is the answer for the first one. And then see, then the question, like it seems like the question gets complicated, but it doesn't. See, like don't read the full question, try to understand it part by part. They say Kamal rents his house for a year, right? Monthly rent is 9,000 rupees. So he rents it out for a year and he receives 9,000 per month. So how many months are there in a year? 12 months. So for a year he receives 9,000 times 12 is final income. 9 times 12 is 108,000. Is this clear? His income, total income. He rents it out for 1 year. So this would be his income, right? This would be his income. And they say receives the total rent as single payment. So this would be his single received payment. Find the amount that remains after Kamal pays the rates. How much is the rates? So he must pay this amount as rates. Like this is his expenses, right? We calculated his income. Now his expenses. This is the rate, and for maintenance, he spends 8,200. So the final answer would be 10,000 is total expense. Did you understand? His total expense would be 10,000, right? So total income is 1,800. The total expense is 10,000. So they ask how much remains after he spent this amount. So the remaining value can be easily calculated by subtracting this. So that would be 98,000, right? That would be 98,000. Exactly. 98,000 rupees. Is this clear? Is this clear for everyone? Yes, 98,000. Yeah, he paid the annual value. Like, don't consider this like this is the value of his house. Like, if your house is 50,000, you will have to pay more than this. You can calculate by multiplying. If your house is 15,000, you will just have to pay this. You don't have to pay this. This is the value of your house. Right? Yeah. So okay. It's perfectly okay to make mistakes. That's not a problem. I hope everyone's clear with this. Yeah. So, and finally they say, Kamal invest. Now the percentage stuff is over. Now it's on to share market. Let's see. Now this is what Kamal has in hand. This is the remaining amount. And they say, Kamal invests the remaining amount. He invests how much? 98,000. Invests to buy shares of a company. Like I said, one share is 40 rupees. So how many shares does he buy? Let me know the number of shares he buys. He invests this value. One share will be 40 rupees. He buys exactly, yes, correct. So we can simplify this. There are 2 4s in 9 and 4 4s in 18. 2 rupees, 5 4s in 20. He buys 2,450 shares. Is this clear? Yeah. He invests this amount. They tell you indirectly, right? See, he invests this amount to buy this like shares worth 40 rupees. So they are actually asking how many shares does he buy? You must find this, right? Even if they don't ask you directly, they're testing this. They are testing this. Right? Let's see. And then they say he receives dividends of this much. Like we know, dividends per share is a very small rupee. Like I said, 7 rupees, 5 rupees, 2 rupees, like that. Correct? So they ask, he receives this much of dividends. Find the price of, like, find the dividend price per share. Correct. How did we calculate? We said the dividend per share multiplied by number of shares, right, gives us the dividend income. This is what we did, right? Like in the previous example, a dividend is 5 rupees. Like I'll take another example. A dividend is 5 rupees. I have 100 shares. So the dividend income would be 500 rupees. This is how to calculate me. See, in this question, we know the dividend income. We know this 7,350. And we also know the number of shares 2, 4, 50. We don't know the dividend per share. That's what they ask us to find. So what should we do? We just have to divide both sides by this value, right? We just have to take this value to the other side. Is this clear? The dividend stuff? Dividend per share multiplied number of shares. Like if you receive 5 rupees as dividend and multiply it by the number of shares, you will get the total income. So we just have to divide these two. Right? You don't have to go by equations every time. If you understood the concept, you'll just know that you'll have to divide this by the number of shares. So the same thing happens here. You divide it by 2,450. 2,450 cancels. So x remains. What's the value? You can cancel the zeros. Actually, just 1 to 145, and here just exactly 3 times it. So the dividend per share is 3 rupees per share. Is it clear? 3 rupees per share. Is it clear? Let me know. Okay. Yeah, I can repeat. So I'll repeat the last part. We now know Kamal has this much of shares, right? Kamal receives a dividend income of this much. So how do we calculate the dividend income? Dividend per share, I do not know that. Multiplied by the number of shares. This is the actual way, right? Dividend per share multiplied the number of shares, the total dividend income. This is the way. So they are asking for this. So we'll have to subject this. X would be 7,350 divided by 2,450. So if you simplify this, you will get the answer as 3. So the dividend income would be 3 rupees per share. Is it clear? Let me know. Yes. Okay. Give me a minute. Let me know. Like this is the final question for today. So is this clear? The final part. Or should I repeat? That's clear. Okay. Good. Good. So we will definitely be doing more questions from share market and percentages. Today in the second session, in the third session also, we'll be doing these stuff. Correct? Like 2 questions are enough. Correct? Yeah. Okay. So let's end it for today. We'll be doing more share market questions in the next session. God bless you.